Greetings. Welcome to Self-Worth Sundays of a Woman's Self-Worth, where women, worth, and wellness are number one. I am Molika Muhammad, and I am honored to be speaking with you today. I just want to do a very quick video to introduce the topic for the month, which is healing the child within. Healing the child within. I'm sure this will resonate with many of you, as it certainly does with me. I've had to do a lot of work, and I'm sure I'm still doing a lot of inner work to heal the child within. You see, I was born to unwed parents. Not that that should mean much, but it does create circumstances where my father was away and my mother was a single mom. And I was oft times in the care of many different people, babysitters and grandparents on both sides of the family, cousins, aunts, uncles, and friends. And not that I was bounced around, but my environment wasn't always that stable for what a child needs psychologically from parents. And this shaped my mind and my spirit and my soul a certain way. And I remember having various incidences and experiences with my mom and feeling like I was really not loved, feeling like I really was not wanted because of how I was treated. I spent a lot of time alone as a child. I was a quote unquote latchkey kid. At the age of 5, I can remember walking, not alone, but walking with friends home from kindergarten or first grade, walking home to the building. And of course, we knew how to, secure ourselves while our parents were working. But I did feel very alone a lot of times, and this just shaped my mind a certain way. I felt abandoned. I felt unwanted. I didn't have that self-worth as a child and as a young girl, as a young woman, and as I grew into a mature woman. And of course, we know that gets us into all kinds of situations with the opposite sex, because we don't have that self-love and that self-worth. So we are looking constantly outside of ourselves for what we did not necessarily get as children from our parents, you see. So I grew up with this hole in my soul, as I call it, this hole in my soul, looking to fill it. And I always, being raised in the church and always coming from a religious background, for which I'm always grateful, but there was still a hole in my soul with all of that. You understand? There was still a hole there that required filling. I was still empty in many ways, even though I had always felt like I had this connection to a higher power, was always seeking, was always learning, was always desirous of spiritual growth, spiritual understanding. That was always just a part of who I am and who I was and who I am. But there was still a hole in my soul because of that instability, of that feeling unwanted, unloved, mostly at that time, very honestly, from my mother. And that was kind of my early beginnings, and that gives you a picture of how my journey began. My grandmother, may God be pleased with her, she passed in 2019. She was very instrumental. Other family members were very instrumental in my early childhood development. And I don't want to sound like my father was just gone and out of the picture, because that would not be true. He was present, but he was not in the home, and he lived hours away. So I kind of saw him, or he saw me when he could, and there were phone calls, but it was not stability. It was not security that a child needs, and a girl child, female or male child, needs from a male parent and a female parent. I was left alone often. I remember thinking to myself, when I have my own children, I will not handle my children this way. And my grandmother shared with me recently, before she passed, well, a ways back, my mom would kind of disappear and because we all lived in the same home, and she would kind of disappear, and it's like, oh, where's my mom? And I'm a baby. Just gives you kind of a hint. My mom was still very young when she had me, and she kind of wanted to live her life and run the street. Okay, so let me fast forward because I don't want to be too long with this. So of course I get older and I get married quite young. I end up marrying a man who was a liar, who was deceptive. Finally, after many years, I conceived my daughter, who is now 16, and I ended up a single mother myself from constant lies, eventual infidelity. I was in the hospital alone for the most part. After giving birth, I was confused. I had no money. I was once again finding myself alone and abandoned. And I'm wondering, why do I keep experiencing these same cycles in my life where I'm abandoned and alone? And it forced me to look back, to go forward. I didn't have the consciousness and the awareness at that time or before that time to see the cycles and what was going on subconsciously with me. But I had to do the inner work. I had to do the inner work to heal that inner child, that little girl that was just looking for love, that little girl that just needed to love herself and stop looking for the love over here and over here and over there, and from others who would never, ever give me what I needed to give myself through my own connection with Source, my own connection with the divine, without and within, by going within and searching my own soul, my own heart, and doing the work to heal those feelings of low self-worth, because I didn't feel loved as a child. I was always the third wheel. I was always the cousin. Everyone else were siblings, and I was the cousin. I was the best friend of a girl who had a good mother, and she mothered me, and I'm grateful. I was always, the outsider. I was always the outsider. But guess what? And I'm speaking to many of you who may be able to relate to this, because that was my path, and it is my path, and I accept my path because it is all divine order. Acceptance is a powerful thing. When we accept the pain, I had to accept being rejected or cheated on or violated by my ex-husband. I had to accept how so many people mistreated me and mishandled me, situation after situation after situation after situation, until I finally woke up and learned that Molika had to start giving Molika the love that she was looking for, and stop looking for other people to love and validate me, because our thoughts, unconsciously and consciously, are powerful and create our reality. And I was creating my reality with a lack of self-love and low self-worth and thoughts of unworthiness, thoughts that I was not good enough, thoughts that I was inadequate. Do you understand? But it was all rooted in all of this stuff, all of this baggage. But we're going to talk this month about healing the child within, doing the work, not running from the work. I was so scared so many times to just look at how abandoned and alone I felt often in my life, how unworthy I felt, how unwanted I felt, how rejected I often felt. But it's okay, because when you accept yourself and your own beauty, your power, your resilience, your brilliance, it feels so good just to love you. And I'm not where I want to be or will be, but I'm sure not where I was. And for that, I am deeply, deeply grateful. So that was just a quick snapshot, and I hope that I'm really articulating and getting across to you some of the points that I wanted to share about my life. and understanding that, also giving birth to a new baby girl 16 years ago, I was surrounded with so much pain and controversy because it was at that time that my ex-husband was, I don't want to say it like that. It was just the time that we had to go our separate ways, and I was holding on to something that was just no longer for me. But my beautiful daughter was born from that, and I'm grateful, but it forced me to look at her as a reflection of the little girl within that was still unhealed. Always try to look at the good and the positive in your life because it is there. Trust me. There's a lesson and there's a blessing in the lesson if we'll look for it. I know I thought that I was a victim. And that's another thing. That's another way that I was affected by my childhood circumstances. I had a victim mentality. Someone was always doing something to me. It's because of him and it's because of her that I hurt. It's because of him and because of her that I'm in pain. But is it really? My pain was rooted in me not knowing how to love myself. Staying in circumstances and environments that were not healthy for me, that were toxic. I was doing that to myself. I was not articulating and standing up for myself and advocating and using my voice because I was so angry. I'm going to talk about silent anger in the future thing. I was so angry. Why am I so inadequate? Why am I so messed up? Why do people treat me this way? I was angry. But I'm not angry anymore because the love has replaced the anger. And I wish the same for you. I'm not where I want to be. Let me not say that. I am where I want to be. I'm not where I'm going to be. But I'm so grateful today. Find gratitude. Find the best part in, quote unquote, the mess. Find the order in the disorder. Find the beauty in the pain. The pain is beautiful. Sometimes it's just for you to look back and go within yourself to heal that child within. Know that you are empowered and you have the power to heal yourself. I have used, of course, prayer. Meditation has been a powerful tool. Yoga has been a powerful tool. Journaling and writing and poetry has been a powerful tool on this journey, this beautiful journey of moving from pain into power and purpose. And I open up my life as a book, as an open book to each of you. There's so much more I can say, and I will in future videos. I'm grateful to all who have nurtured me, to all who have helped me, who all have been kind to me. And I'm grateful to all of you who have been mean to me, who have violated me, who have disrespected me, who made me feel like less than what God would have me to feel. But it's okay because still I rise. Still I rise. And you too still rise. I'm looking forward to a powerful month and a powerful year as we kick off this year with healing the child within. Know that the healing is yours. Know that the healing and the power and the purpose and the divinity is yours. Just claim it and accept and embrace yourself and be kind to yourself and be patient with yourself and be willing to do the work. We will go more into how trauma, how certain childhood circumstances impact the brain and the body. We will go into how these circumstances of neglect, of abandonment, of even sexual abuse, molestation, rape, and all the things that we as women suffer, how it affects us and impacts us neurologically, and physiologically, physically, hormonally, just on every level, and of course emotionally. Join me every Wednesday at 9 p.m. for Womb Wellness Wednesdays as we dig deep and begin to heal our womb, our sacral chakra, and go into particularly the lower chakras and energy centers of the body, healing them, balancing them. I did not feel rooted and secure for a very long time. I had a lot of imbalances, and perhaps I still do, but I'm a work in progress. I'm a work in progress, as we all are. Beautiful souls, grand rising to you. It is time for you to walk in your power, walk in your purpose. It is time for you to accept your glory. Yes, it is time. Join me. I would love to have you. If you want more information about how you can participate in the Womb Wellness Wednesdays with different meditation practices and healing arts that we engage in, that I engage you in, to begin to heal and cleanse yourself of the anger, of the bitterness, of the trauma, please contact me at awomansselfworth@gmail.com or on Facebook at A Woman's Self-Worth. Or you can go right to my contact page on awomansselfworth.com. I look forward to hearing from you. And please stay tuned. We have an awesome guest next week who's going to talk about how she has overcome the effects and trauma of rape, sexual abuse, incest, and molestation. Walk in your power, people. It is time. Blessings always on your journey. I hope I said something that was inspiring, uplifting, that penetrated your heart and your soul. And I truly, truly wish for you what I wish for myself. Blessings always on your journey. Peace and love.